Yo, I'm Antrix, and this is my wildcard for the GBB24 Loopstation category.
Oh, we have Lloyd. Getting mad dice vibes here with the atmosphere buildup.
Oh, they left me so behind, and I just cannot feel the void until I override. We cannot rest, we cannot fight, we want the right, but we alive. You cannot search, I cannot hide, please find me.
Okay, they left me like I left myself. One day we will find a way to keep control. Save me, find me, keep me up until I die. Catch my soul and tell me how to be alive.
Wow. Ooh. All right. Dirty. All right, we got Antrix. Yeah, excited to see him. That the fact that he put it a wild card again. I know that he competed last year, but and he also competed at the Worlds last summer. So I want to see him compete in the Grand Beatbox battle in the solo loop scene. I wanted to see that last year, but I can't. I'm pretty sure he put it a wild card last year. I'm pretty sure he did, but he didn't make it through to the solo category. But yeah, we saw what he did at the Worlds, and he's an absolute killer on the solo device as well as just like multiple devices. And like I haven't seen his producer sets yet, so I can't really comment on that. But I've seen him obviously throughout the years use the multiple devices, so I know what he's capable of in that area as well. But he is super. I love his style because I was first introduced to Antrix on the solo device. Um, I just remember like listening to his killer like bassy house tracks like years ago. Um, so man, he's been like super consistent and super high level for a very long time. So I just think it's a matter of time before we see him compete at the GBB in the solo category. If not, like the producer category is always another option for him. He'll make it either way, I think. Maybe not this year, but at some point because he did last year. it's just like inevitable just because like how talented he is, right? So anyway, with that being said, you know, this track here, like I said at the start, it reminded me a lot like of what he was doing, like the arrangement and like the sound production, like the choice and like effects that he was using for his sounds, especially the vocal part near the end. Very reminiscent of Dice, and like I have to respect him a lot for that, because I feel like Dice's style is very like distinctive, and I feel it's like one of the hardest kind of like styles to get right and to kind of like, you know, mimic and like make your own in a sense. And Antrix did that very, very well, I feel, because I haven't really seen any other looper, like modern day looper, put out tracks like on their channel, like for the public, that kind of like matches like the atmosphere and vibe that we see from someone like Dice. So I don't know if he had like massive inspiration from Dice or it was just kind of a coincidence. But I feel like a lot of what he did here was very reminiscent of Dice, so much to a point where I feel like it's not a coincidence, if that makes sense. Like I feel like there was definitely some heavy inspiration from Dice's tracks. One in particular, I think it's like Fantasy, in the vocal portion as well, almost like identical in terms of like the effects that he used for the vocals, and just overall like the notes that he was using as well for the melodies, very reminiscent of Dice, you know, that really kind of like somber, atmospheric kind of, I almost want to say like depressing in a way, but not saying like listening to that the track is like depressing in itself, but like the kind of like vibe of the note itself is very like melancholic, if that makes sense, you know. But yeah, the biggest standout for me though is just like the overall kind of sound design he had throughout the entire track. I feel it was like, it was next level, man. Like from start to finish, you know, his like ability to kind of like layer these sounds, like going from the first drop of like, you know, having the high notes complement the lower bass notes, like going back and forth, was just super clean. It sounded like really, really good. Then having the vocal layered over on top of it, then moving on to the second drop where it was just like, it was absolutely crazy. Completely different in terms of like the sound kit that he used, and like the arrangement and like just the overall sound design was like completely flipped from what we heard in the first half, and it just worked out so well. Like super clean, very well structured, and yeah, that's a very technical and very high level wildcard. So I think this is gonna score very high in the judges categories. Like I can't think of anything in this wildcard that he did that could potentially like push him down over others that I've seen. It was just that good, that high level, like very, like it towed that fine line of like, you know, being very hard hitting kind of battle round, but kind of staying in that vein of like musicality, if that makes sense. He kind of like intertwined it all and made it just this killer track that kind of touched like all areas of music, right? Maybe not like different kind of genres and whatnot, but you know what I mean, just like the kind of like vibe and whatnot. So that's a very good wildcard from Antrix. That's pretty much sets a standard of like the top tier, I think. There's a couple other ones, like I think of like Yazweed and Mr. SRO, who were also, I'd put very close and similar to this kind of like level. So yeah, he's definitely up there for me too. So yeah, all right, that's it for that wildcard essentially. Again, I say it every time, but very interested to see where this one falls. Yeah, I think the results here, especially the fact that I think there's only going to be 6 wildcards chosen, because we already have Duncan and Matei in the category, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be 8 people again. So, and there's no elims, I'm pretty sure. So there's only 6 wildcards to be given out, and this is probably going to be the most competitive that we've ever seen. So I think with that being said, there's going to be even more upsets in people's eyes at the end of it, just simply because there's less spots to be handed out for wildcards. So hopefully this won't be an upset, but who knows, maybe at the end of the day there'll be so much more out that I can look back at this and say that, okay, I understand why I didn't get in just based on like what we've seen after this. But as of right now, based on everything I've seen, this is 100% in. Like, I can say that with certainty. But again, we're gonna have to wait till everything comes out, and that opinion could change afterwards. So yeah. All right, if you enjoyed what you heard here, links in the description to the original video. Go check it out. Go check out Antrix as well. Links in the description to his channel as well. Go leave him a sub if you enjoy his stuff and you want to see more of him in the future, so be sure to sub to his channel. If you want to support me though, you can leave a like on this video. You can sub to my channel. Check out my Discord channel as well. Links in the description to that. Other than that, I'll see you guys in the next Beatbox reaction video.